Hey guys, Juju22 here, and welcome to Heat as we are live here in Providence, Rhode Island. Anyway, our first match is a big one, as it involves this man, Chris Jericho, the European champion, and he is going to defend that championship against somebody who won an opportunity for a title shot. Unfortunately, this person wasn't able to get it on SmackDown last time we had a show, but anyway, we are live here in Providence, Rhode Island, and I'm going to say this much. It's one of the few states that doesn't even have a sports team at all, but it's a pleasure nonetheless to be here. You know, we've had so many great moments here in Providence, Rhode Island, and I just want to thank the fans for coming out and supporting us. Meanwhile, Chris Jericho is ready to defend the championship. I mean, he's all pumped up, and he's got to be, especially when he has to take on...
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Yep, he's got to take on The Rock. The Rock won a tables, ladders, and chairs match for the opportunity for this. And, I mean, The Rock could have chosen Vader, and he could have chosen the Great Khali, but he chose Chris Jericho. And he was quoted as saying that, you know, The Rock and Chris Jericho, more often than not, put together great matches. So, we'll see what The Rock is going to do when he takes on Chris Jericho, but there's no doubt that I can smell what The Rock is cooking. I've always smelled what The Rock was cooking. You know, especially as a big fan when I was growing up, when I was just a little Jew. I mean, my dad would always take me to see The Rock, as well as the rest of the World Wrestling Federation, as it was known at the time. But right now, The Rock is going to have to lay the smackdown on Chris Jericho if he wishes to become the new European champion. And that's what it's all about, right here, right now. And at this time, I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas at around this time. And I'm very thankful for all the times I've spent with you guys, and I just hope you enjoy my company. Anyway, match underway. Oh, and a rake in the eyes right to The Rock. Come on, Chris Jericho. But then again, you know, it shouldn't surprise anybody that Chris Jericho is an evil genius. So he'll have to use that genius against The Rock, because The Rock is going to bring it. There's no doubt about it. A back suplex onto The Rock. And a float over neck breaker onto The Rock. And another back suplex to The Rock. Whip into the ropes. And Chris Jericho. And then a suplex to The Rock, just a normal one. But it hurts just as much. And a flying forearm right to The Rock. And another one, this time it dropped The Rock. Well, right now, Chris Jericho is actually bringing it to The Rock. So the Rock better bring it to Chris Jericho, because if he doesn't, Chris Jericho can end this match really quickly. Not to say that Chris Jericho is a dominant athlete, but he's been around the block quite a bit himself. And then a neck breaker on Chris Jericho. Whipped into the corner is Chris Jericho. Oh, and a DDT onto Chris Jericho. Well, now The Rock is starting to bring it now. And a back suplex this time to Chris Jericho. Oh, then a hammerlock onto Chris Jericho. Oh, then a sleeper slam onto The Rock. Thrown over the top rope is Chris Jericho. And a suplex back in the ring the hard way onto Chris Jericho. A neck breaker onto Chris Jericho. I mean, The Rock has a little bit more strength in terms of muscle over Chris Jericho, but Chris Jericho has a little bit more speed against The Rock's, but aside from that, these two are evenly matched, so it's going to come down to execution. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention that it's a not a false count anywhere, a last man standing match, in which the rules are, you have to knock out your opponent to the count of 10. Otherwise, there are no rules, there are no disqualifications, no countouts, no pinfalls, and no submissions. The only way to win is to knock your opponent out for the count of 10. I forgot to mention the rules. I apologize, folks, but sometimes sometimes things like that can slip my mind, but it's not unusual, really. Well, now it's The Rock that's on the canvas. And right now The Rock is not getting up for some reason. Oh, and now he is. All he did was just use that time to rest a little bit before getting up. Thrown over the top rope again is The Rock. And wait, a suplex to The Rock into the ring the hard way. Excuse me. And now The Rock, well, The Rock got up though. Uh-oh, wait. Powerbomb. Wait. Whoa, look at the strength of Jericho. Another powerbomb and another 3 powerbombs in succession to The Rock. It takes a lot of strength to do power-up, or power bombs, I should say. Excuse me. It takes a lot of strength to do that. I mean, Chris Jericho's not the biggest guy, but he was able to do it to The Rock. And now Chris Jericho posing. Is The Rock going to get up here? 9. No, he's not. And the winner, and still, the European champion, Chris Jericho. And folks, this match proved one thing, and that's Chris Jericho can be an evil genius, but he can be one tough son of a bitch. As he was able to put down The Rock, and The Rock is not somebody you can just easily put down, but Chris Jericho did it, as he is still the European champion. Well, I have to give the devil his due, because I mean, the way he won the championship was one thing, but for him to hold on to the championship, you know, by defending it in another TLC match, and then to defend it one-on-one against The Rock, it's amazing. But folks, we still got more matches yet to come, so stay tuned. They will be coming up right after this.